All right, y'all. It is 6:04 p.m. with my new contacts. All right, and I will call this meeting unofficially to order because we don't quite have quorum. As I tried to explain last time, parents count for quorum and community members don't. As much as we love our community members, we need to get 2 more parents for this to count as an official meeting. Yeah. I know at least 1 more is underway. So whenever that happens, then the meeting will convert to being an official meeting and we can conduct official business. Thankfully, the only one thing we have to do for official business tonight is approving minutes. So that's pretty minor. Anyhow, we will kind of go through the agenda where it is stated, but we will make a slight revision to the minutes as needed. So to start with tonight, it's a welcome, of course. Welcome, especially welcome to the one person who wasn't here last time. I'll put you on the spot. No, that's okay. Everybody has to miss sometimes. It's reality. So if you'd be willing to give an introduction, there's 4 things I'd like to know. Your name, roughly how long you've been on SHAC, which would be like a day, right? Okay. And if you're a parent or community member, and what learning community you associate with.
My name is Emily Feinberg. I am a parent to 3 children I've gone through the Westwood feeder. So I have 2 children who graduated from Westwood, one's at ATU, one's at Texas State. And then I have a 9-year-old who's actually freak out. I just found out about SHAC recently and wanted to get involved. So this is unheard. So I'm here.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Do we have any staff that weren't here last time that need to be introduced? Yes, you weren't here. Yes. No. Might as well.
I fully stand.
So, Dr. Lashamli Lewis, I am the director of counseling services. I have been on the SHAC since 2016.
Yeah.
So
thank you. You're not new at all. No. So thank you. All right. And we also have welcome tonight from our fantastic food service team. What do you got tonight?
Hi, everybody. Okay, so we brought a little bit of taste testing. So we have a contest that's going on, and it's called our Junior Culinary Stars Recipe Contest. And we do this for the high schoolers with our Culinary Stars program that we have through the culinary program, and they compete and they put a recipe together. So we wanted to have a little involvement as well. So we brought it out to the elementary schools and the middle schools, and we got probably over 40 submissions. So we, in the office, drilled it down to 4. We presented this at The Voice a couple of weeks ago, so we did the same thing with them. They voted. I'm not going to tell you what they so the guys got it. She used. We have 4 choices tonight. So the recipe contest with either a pizza recipe or a sandwich recipe. So tonight we have a Cuban style pizza that has ham and pickles.
Oh, that's nice.
We have a sausage, pepperoni, garlic, and onion with a hot honey drizzle. Try talk with that. Very fancy. And then we have a barbecue chicken one, and then our sandwich is kind of a take on a Mediterranean sandwich. So it's got a little bit of a yogurt drizzle on it with chicken and cucumbers and tomatoes. So I'm going to pass this around as well. This is how you vote. And the submissions are over here. So pepperoni, sausage, garlic pizza, Cuban pizza, barbecue pizza, and with the grilled chicken Mediterranean combo. So fantastic. Okay. Do you want me to pounce, or would you like to come?
For time, let's go grab it real quick.
Okay.
Maybe another person will come in and it'll make work. Sound good? Grab it.
So you try that, you might share it. Grab it. That's so I get to and so now, so I travel here, so it's time to step out.
Did you like one?
Oh, no, I ate it. Thank you so much.
Partnership.
So I did a great job.
Right? Amazing.
Looks like kidnappers one or something. It's just guys like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
No, so that looks good. What's the plate opens?
They heard they said it was stuff. Did anybody come in? No. Okay, March. All right, I always forget.
Oh, wait, so everyone has right shirt.
Yeah, we did something. Hit into it, my black holiday. And then I advisor and Jack, don't know something you can please. Oh, so much excited. And so I think it's a fork. Yeah,
We're almost there.
you guys are both in the last 4 days.
Okay, we might make the difference here.
So that you upon winner song, we'll pick a winner for the elementary school and the middle school fund, and we'll feature their recipe on the menu for all of kiddo.
Oh, awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah,
Thank you. Okay, well, we will put off approving the minutes. And the next thing on the agenda is a staff presentation with Round Rock ISD's plan to address fentanyl awareness. You were just talking. You had a mouthful. This is perfect timing.
I'm Sally for Wagner, Director of Behavioral Health. So this is probably a brief presentation because I kind of wanted to update you here now that I get We've met a couple of times and have actually reviewed some curricula, but it's also actually study in Georgetown, Louisville, where it has centered on the text on this thing. And so you were willing to bring a minister or sitting at meetings. Okay. You're actually in the beginning stage of the play for a wellness event. The part of that wellness event will be having fentanyl awareness talk. Give some materials, among other topics. We met with the district outside of Avalanche. I think it's a really successful wellness event. Yeah. And I met them at the Safety and Security Conference this past summer.
Yeah.
And then they really engaged their students as family members and were able to really like their teacher scoring. So even though the consultant was down and then we're going to be moving forward is out there and having that being an active, putting out information on Facebook. One of our challenges is that we don't have a required health class. So we really have to kind of think outside the box in terms of where and how we get information out on as big a scale as possible. So that's where we are right there.
Sure. What are you thinking about where this would be, this wellness event would happen?
Well, we're thinking first in terms of when the spring. Yeah. And we'll be looking for a large venue as part of it as a child, just making sure with a secure space and on the street.
Sure.
So when it's really said, you get what's outside because it is an extra able to do a program. It's it. And we think it has a lot of potential, especially based on how it the street that will be on just continue to lay that and also face all of them. That's sure, ma'am.
Okay, great. So if any of our committees were to have follow-up questions about it, are you the best person to ask?
Sure, I think either myself or Dr. Luz.
Okay, great. Sometimes we're at a loss of who to ask, but that's helpful. Yeah. Good. So one of the reasons I had wanted to bring this up is because there was a bill passed the last legislative session that put a new requirement on SHAC. They seem to do this every time they meet, okay? And our requirement is not that extensive. I printed it out for whichever committee looks at it. But we do have to weigh in on a couple things related to what the district has a plan for. So does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I think this is one of those. It's mostly going to be dealt with in committee, but just to get us thinking.
Do we know what committee that seems to behavioral health next?
Frankly, I could make a case for it to go with anybody. So if behavioral health wants to manage it, I think it's a pretty good one. So behavioral health, would you guys like to take it up?
I just assume take it up because I think otherwise it's...
Yeah. If there's someone else who has nothing to do, I might give it to them. But otherwise, please. Yeah.
Get it with that. It's like a better. It's kind of a full lot we can recommend that's not budget.
No, it really, yes. And I will give you the papers that I printed, state code and whatnot about it.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever that is.
That fat for instance.
Okay, so I think...
My favorite word.
Budget neutral. We love the phrase budget neutral. Yes, it's budget neutral. So I think it looks like we'll be handing it to them. But for the rest of us who aren't on that committee, this is something that we will need to be talking about because the SHAC overall needs to say something about it, which we'll do in the spring.
I mean, if someone else wants it,
Yeah, if anybody else wants it, speak now.
I think give the volunteer for hours.
Probably, yeah. I think we're pretty good there, unless anyone objects. Yeah. Okay. And then I think we have quorum now, y'all. So I can say that it is 6:15 and quorum is established. It was actually established a couple minutes ago, but we're not that precise. So we can go back to approving the minutes. The minutes were the second page of the packet tonight. I will give you all a moment to look over those, and then we can entertain a motion to approve the minutes or make any changes as needed.
Motion to those 2 minutes.
Okay? Do we have a second? I'll second. Good.
Didn't think that's
Any discussion?
something.
No discussion? Okay.
Everything said it.
And I would have a vote. Anyone, we can vote aye to approve the minutes.
Yeah.
Raise your hand, aye. Okay, anyone who does not want to approve the minutes, say no. Thank you, unanimous. Okay. There, we have done official action, so this counts as an official meeting. Congrats, everybody. All right. So before we head into the committees, one of the reasons that we picked fentanyl as a topic tonight was because I knew it was one that we could cover fairly quickly to give us more time in committees. Last time, I think we all had some really great conversations going, so this will give us some more time to build on what we did last time, as well as think about what we're going to do for the rest of the year. Our next SHAC meeting will be in early January, and of course the holidays get us all kind of spun up out of thinking about this stuff, but we need to hit the ground running really in January with the ideas that we're going to try to start moving forward on, so we have enough time to do research, ask these guys, ask other people who might need to start giving us more information so we can really get moving, because the spring moves really fast around here. So I wanted to give just a couple of reminders to committees before we break out tonight. As a reminder, one of the names in SHAC, if you look at our title, School Health Advisory Council, we are not the School Health Action Council. We are the School Health Advisory Council. We don't take any action. From time to time, we'll recommend actions. From time to time, I'll talk to people. We'll all talk to people, but we don't go into schools and do anything. I just want to make that clear for anyone who is curious. But we do advise about health topics, and specifically, we advise the board. We advise the board about priorities that they might consider so that they can ask the superintendent to do something about. We don't directly advise anybody other than the board. So we need to think about what we're recommending, and is it something that we think the board would have interest in? Do you think it's something that our community also would support? There is a phrase that Dr. Gerard shared with me recently that has been spinning in my head for about the last week. The idea that sometimes we can admire all of the glorious weeds in public education. So I know for me, if you send me out to the yard and tell me to pick the weeds, I'll pick that one little annoying oak tree that always grows in my front flower beds. But when I'm there, I then realize there's 200 other weeds, and I might spend an hour, and my yard doesn't look any different by the time I'm done. So sometimes all of us who are involved with public education can find it really easy to pick out this little tiny thing that maybe we need to address, but some of those, frankly, they're not our responsibilities. There are other people who get to care about those things. There's certain things that we get to care about. So if we can steer our committees into directions that do involve school health, things that we can advise the board on, rather than things that we might take action on ourselves. Does that make sense, kind of everybody? I think most of us know it, but the way the SHAC works with our membership, there tends to be a whole bunch of new people one year, and then the next year, we don't have as many new people again. So next year, this should be a little easier year, but with a lot of new people in the room, I thought it was nice to make a little reminder of that. So we will be able to break out 2 committees. I think Emily is our newbie. I'll make sure you have a place to land. The rest of you, if you went to a committee last month and you're like, this isn't for me, feel free to move. That is perfectly acceptable. But if you found one that's interesting to you, we'll definitely move forward with it. So I know that Monica is leading wellness this year, right? And she's out, but she did give us...
She said that
Yes, awesome. Very good. So we don't have people call into the main meeting. It's just against the bylaws or rules or whatever, but we can have people call into that. So you guys have a leader, human development, sexuality. Who is your chair?
it was on
Did I write it down?
You did write it.
I did write it down.
I forget her name too.
Oh, some days are like this.
My scribe's gone and how.
Yeah,
But here I can get her name.
I wrote it down somewhere.
She's psychologist. It is Thompson, Kaylee.
Yeah, oh yes, she's the one who's running late.
Okay.
Yes, we'll get there. And then on yours,
So this place quiet.
did you write? I didn't write that down. I'm not sure you guys decided or not, but we'll figure it out. So I will come and sit with y'all until she gets here to get you started.
Okay.
It sounds like you guys have a plan?
That's Alice. That's
Okay.
So now let's see here.
Okay. So do we understand basically what we're moving forward with tonight?
Oh.
I would say for your committees, this would be a chance for you to say, okay, of the ideas we talked about last week, are there a few of them that kind of align with this? Is this advice that we can give to the board? Is this something we want to research, want to learn more about? And then try to keep yourself a little action list of what you're going to try to do between now and our next meeting. Because we don't eat in December. December is obviously a crazy month. But that might give you an opportunity to start looking for articles, maybe have a couple conversations with someone who might know something so that when we come back in January, we have some more solid information. Make sense, everybody? Okay, any questions?
not related to that.
That's anything related to that real quick and then I'll pop back. Anything related to the committee work? No. Okay, yes, Paula, question.
So for quorum, you said that it was a ratio with parents, but the community couldn't vote. Is it the student? Because I know we got students as well. What's the breakdown on that?
We have to have, quorum is generally one more than half. So we have 19 roles that are filled right now. So one more than half would get us to 10 humans because we can't have half a human. So we needed to have 10 parents to get quorum.
Okay.
And when I first took the total, we had 8 parents and 3 extra community members, I think it was. So as much as we love the community members, they don't count for quorum the same way. That makes sense?
Yep.
It's
So
just
student and community members the same as
Yes.
the parent is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a little confusing, admittedly.
No, I'm glad you broke it down for me.
I've spent way too many hours reading those files. Yeah. So, makes sense? Yeah.
That has to be just us. How does Trilly
I think
do that?
I have no idea. Maybe we'll read their rules for fun sometime.
Total.
Yeah.
You're all on.
Every last one of them. Yeah.
I think that's administrative code. I think the requires to limit 5.
I think it is only 5.
Stack.
Yeah.
Minimum of 5.
Yes.
And so, but I think because of our district size,
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean,
he gets a certain appointee.
Yeah.
obviously we would not want to do things the way, however, Trilly.
No. There's a little too. No. We're special and wonderful. So, any other questions before we break out? Okay, so I will adjourn the meeting at 6:22, and we can break out to committee.